Today we talk about the nature of love. Listen to the conversation and learn new words.
You seem a million miles away, Liam. Usually, when we come to cafe dialogue, you spend the first 10 minutes telling me how perfect their espresso is. Today, you've barely touched it.
Sorry, Chloe. The coffee is excellent, as always. My mind is just somewhere else. I was watching that elderly couple who just left. They must have been married for 50, 60 years. They didn't talk much, but the way he helped her with her coat was so gentle. And the way she smiled at him, it was quiet, comfortable.
That's a sweet thing to notice. It's nice to see a love that has lasted so long.
It is. And it made me think, what is that? What is love, really? I feel like my understanding of it is a complete mess, a collection of ideas from movies, songs, and what my friends say. I use the word love for my family, for you, for my hobbies, and for the idea of a future romantic partner. It's one word, but it feels like it describes 10 different things.
You're right. We use love as a sort of umbrella term for a huge range of human emotions and connections. I think the ancient Greeks were smarter about it. They had different words for different types of love. Maybe we can try to separate them.
Okay, I'm listening. Where do we start?
Well, let's start with the most basic, foundational kind of love, the love for our family. The Greeks called it storge, pronounced storge. It's the love that grows naturally from familiarity and dependency.
Storge. Family love. So the love I have for my parents and my sister, it feels very different from other kinds. It feels permanent, like it's always there no matter what.
Exactly. Storge is often built on a shared history and a sense of obligation, in a good way. You don't choose your family, you are born into that love. It's a love that can withstand arguments and disagreements because it's not based on performance. Your mom still loves you even if you forget her birthday, right?
I hope so, but yes, I see what you mean. It's a love of belonging. It's the foundation. Okay, so that's storging. What about our friendship? I love you, Chloe, but it doesn't feel like the love I have for my sister.
I hope not. The Greeks had a word for that too, philia. This is the love between friends, between equals. Unlike storge, philia is a love that is completely chosen. It's based on shared values, mutual respect, and common interests. We choose to be friends because we see something good in each other.
So philia is about admiration and respect. I respect your opinion. I admire how you handle difficult situations. And we share a love for these quiet afternoons in cafe dialogue.
Precisely. And philia involves a level of vulnerability that's different from family love. We choose to tell our friends our secrets and our dreams. It's a love that says, I see you for who you are, and I choose to be on this journey with you. It's less about obligation and more about authentic connection.
Storge and philia. That already helps to separate things. But what about the one that movies are always about? The one that seems to cause the most happiness and the most pain? Romantic love.
Yes, the big one. The Greeks had a few words for that because it's not just one thing. I think romantic love is a combination of two main ideas. The first one is eros.
Eros? Like the god with the bow and arrow?
Exactly. Eros is the passionate, intense, and often irrational part of love. It's that feeling of falling in love. It's the excitement, the butterflies in your stomach, the feeling that you can't get enough of the other person. It's largely a physical and emotional attraction. It's the fire.
It's also the part that seems to burn out. In movies, the story usually ends when the couple gets together. When Eros is at its peak, we don't see what happens next.
You are so right. And that is the biggest misunderstanding about romantic love. Eros is not meant to last forever at that high intensity. It's the spark that starts the fire, but it's not the wood that keeps it burning. For a love to last, like that elderly couple we saw, Eros needs to evolve into something else. The Greeks call it pragma.
Pragma. Like pragmatic or practical?
Exactly. Pragma is a mature, enduring love. It's a love based on commitment, compromise, and a shared desire to build a life together. It's less about the passionate feeling and more about a conscious choice. It's the couple who works through a budget together, who supports each other's careers, who raises children, and who takes care of each other when they are sick. It's the quiet, gentle way that man helped his wife with her coat. That was pragma.
So, a successful romantic relationship isn't about keeping the Eros fire burning at full blast forever. It's about using the heat from that initial fire to build a strong, warm house of pragma.
What a perfect metaphor. Yes, many people break up when the initial excitement of Eros fades because they think the love is gone. But really, it's just an invitation to start building something deeper and more stable.
So, love isn't just the feeling that happens to us. It seems like philia and pragma, especially, are about making choices.
Yes, that is the great secret. At an intermediate level, this is the most important thing to understand. We think of love as a noun, a thing you have or don't have, but it's much more useful to think of love as a verb. It's something you do.
So, to love is more important than love?
In many ways, yeah. The feeling can come and go. You won't always feel passionate. You won't always feel warm and fuzzy towards your family or even your friends. But you can always choose to act in a loving way. The actions are what sustain the relationship when the feelings are low.
Okay, let's break that down. What are the essential actions of loving someone? What does to love actually look like in practice?
Well, a big one is making space for the other person to be themselves. In the beginning of a relationship, we often try to be the same. We like the same music, the same food. But in a real, lasting love, you have to accept that you are two different people. Loving someone means encouraging them to have their own hobbies and their own friends and not feeling threatened by it. It's saying, I love who you are and I want you to become even more of who you are.
That's a very mature idea. It requires a lot of security in yourself. It's not about possession, it's about support.
Right, which leads to another action, navigating conflict constructively. Every relationship has conflict. A loving relationship isn't one without arguments. It's one where people have learned how to argue well.
How do you argue well?
Seriously, it means you attack the problem, not the person. Instead of saying, you are so lazy and you never help, which is a personal attack, you say, I feel overwhelmed when I have to do all the housework by myself. Can we make a plan to share it? It's about expressing your needs without blaming the other person. That is a very difficult but incredibly loving action.
I can see how that would change everything. It turns a fight into a problem-solving session.
Adding to the list, another one is expressing appreciation. It's so easy to take the people we love for granted. We get used to the nice things they do. The action of love is to actively notice and mention those things. It's saying, thank you for making coffee. It's saying, I really appreciate that you listen to me complain about my day. It's like watering a plant. These small words of appreciation keep the love healthy and green.
Okay, so far I have making space, navigating conflict, and expressing appreciation. This is a very different list than buying flowers and chocolates.
Flowers and chocolates are nice, but they are symbols. These actions are the substance. And here is maybe the most important one of all, and it connects back to our other conversations. It's being trustworthy.
Trust.
Of course.
When you promise to keep a secret, you keep it. When you say you will be somewhere, you are there. When you are honest, even when it's difficult, you are building a foundation of safety. Every act of trustworthiness is an act of love. It says to the other person, you are safe with me. Your heart is safe with me. Without that, none of the other types of love can truly flourish.
I can see how that makes so much sense, but it also sounds like a lot of work.
It is. Love is a lot of work. It's a practice. It's a skill you have to develop, which leads to the final and maybe most important type of love the Greeks talked about. They called it agape.
Agape?
Exactly. Agape is often described as a universal, selfless love for all people. But I think we can also see it as self-love or self-compassion.
Self-love. How is that a type of love for other people?
Think about the barista over there. She is making beautiful drinks for everyone. But if she doesn't take a break, if she doesn't drink some water, if she doesn't rest, eventually she will get too tired and she won't be able to make good coffee for anyone. You can't pour from an empty cup.
So, self-love is about keeping your own cup full so you have something to give to others.
Exactly. If you don't know how to be kind and patient with yourself, it will be very difficult to be truly kind and patient with others. If you don't respect your own needs and boundaries, you won't be good at respecting others. Self-love isn't selfish. It's the necessary foundation for all the other kinds of love we've talked about. It's the storge for your own soul.
Wow. So love isn't one simple thing. It's a complex and beautiful system. It's the foundational love of family, storge, the chosen love of friends, philia, the passionate fire that grows into a committed partnership, pragma, and it's all supported by a love for oneself, agape. And all of these are maintained not just by a feeling, but by a set of deliberate, skillful actions.
You summarized it perfectly. It's a journey, not a destination, and it's a skill we learn over our entire lives.
Looking at Chloe with genuine warmth. This has been an amazing conversation. Thank you. It feels like you've taken a messy, confusing room in my mind and helped me organize it into beautiful, clear sections. Our friendship, our philia, is something I really value.
I value it too, Liam, and I appreciate you saying that. See, you're already practicing the actions of love.
I guess I am. Now, how about we act on another principle of philia? I'm going to buy you another cup of tea to say thank you for this wonderful dialogue.
Now that is an act of love I will happily accept.
Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, just leave a comment.